I'm trying something new, so I'm filming a review. Happy publication day to the debut of Dana Hawkins with the book Not in the Plan. This is something new that I'm trying. Is obviously I've been approved for quite a lot of books on NetGalley recently. I have a video coming out soon where I'm going to talk through all of them, and so I kind of want to try and be a bit more with it, with reviewing books, especially new releases, especially debuts that are new releases, and especially queer debuts that are new releases. So today is the publication day of Not in the Plan by Dana Hawkins. This is a sapphic romance debut, and I did have an overall really good time. We have two women. There is Mac. She is a writer. She has a best-selling novel and is now under the pressure to write her second novel that she is hoping to be as good as the first. Unfortunately, she is struggling with motivation. She's had a lot going on in her family life, which put off her emotions. She's just not been in a very good headspace, and so has gone from New York to Seattle, which is where her parents are now living, in order to try and get a fresh perspective and a new inspiration to try and kickstart her writing. This comes in the form of Charlie, who is a red-headed, outgoing, coffee-loving barista who has her own coffee shop. Only the shop isn't doing so well, and she is very much struggling financially. And she uses her sort of bubbly, outgoing nature to try and cover up the worries and fears. However, she and Mac start to talk, and Mac is immediately inspired by her and starts to get ideas for her new character based off of Charlie. And then listening to Charlie and her best friend Ben talking, she is getting lots and lots of different tidbits. And at first, a friendship is struck where Mac is basically just using Charlie for research, but very quickly realizes that there is more to it and that there is a definite spark there between the two of them, which could complicate things because obviously how is Mac going to now confess? So this whole book is just about these two and sort of facing their problems. Obviously, Mac is an overachiever. She has put, in some ways it's come from her parents, but in a lot of ways it's herself. She has just put so much pressure on herself to perform well and has got this mentality that if she doesn't do well the second time round, she's failed. And then there's Charlie, who has managed to succeed with running her own business and getting things up and going despite so many setbacks, and she's also had one hell of an upbringing with an alcoholic father and an absent mother, and there's just a lot of sort of unresolved issues going on. And you would think at first the two maybe wouldn't work together, but honestly, watching the two of them build that relationship and get to know one another was really lovely. And I will say that the author has done an incredible job of getting characters to have their own voices. Every single character, no matter how big or small their role, they were memorable and had a unique voice. And I feel like that was the standout thing for this book. I loved all the characters. I loved the inner monologues. I have been both of these characters in different ways and at different times in my life. Things I didn't like, because obviously this is a review and I'm going to be brutally honest but spoiler free. I did not like that Mac basically just spent the entire book, even when there were opportunities being literally spoon-fed to her, where she could have said to Charlie, hey, by the way, you're my muse, you're my inspiration, and she could have approached the subject. She just didn't until it got to a point where it was impossible to avoid, and inevitably this wasn't even like a miscommunication trope. This was blatant hiding things from the get-go trope, and I did not enjoy that. The only reason it didn't become a DNF is because the characters were so well written and I was so invested. But yeah, I definitely wanted to reach through the pages and slap Mac multiple times. Charlie, I didn't have so many issues with. I think because of the two, she is the one that I connected with the most in regards to complicated parental relationships. So Charlie wasn't so annoying. There were times where I was like, for God's sake, will you just tell Mac how you feel? Or just talk? I felt like certain things were resolved far too easily, and it just kind of felt like there was a magic wand involved, and it was just like, bing, 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 everything is sorted. And I didn't really enjoy that, because it kind of felt the last little bit, like the last quarter of the book just felt very rushed and like, not really sure how to resolve this, so here's a magic wand. Didn't like that. As I've said multiple times now, the characters were incredible. The writing was fantastic. Like, the author, Dana Hawkins, has got a really beautiful way of bringing the city to life. I almost felt that I've never been to America, never been to Seattle, but she's made me now really want to go. She managed to evocate all of the senses, and when she was describing the different coffees and the scents and the warmth of everything, I was feeling that. I could smell it. I could picture myself there. She was so good at bringing everything to life and making me go, I really want to be in this world. And that's quite rare for me, especially with contemporary. So amazing characters. I really enjoyed the relationship, and like I said, the writing was very well done. Plot, not my favourite part, but overall I felt this was a very solid debut. Is it one that's going to stick with me and I'm going to remember for years to come? No. But is it one that in the moment gave me all the fuzzy feels, both good and bad, and made me really invested and love these characters? Yes. And would I recommend it? Absolutely. So it is available now. Please go check it out or add it to your wish lists, and let me know in the comments below if this is a book that you either have read or is one that you would now consider reading. And as I've already said, happy publication day to Not in the Plan. I did enjoy it. I would recommend it. 4 out of 5 stars, and I had a really good time. I'll be back at some point. Hopefully this isn't going to be a thing that I'm going to do once and then never do again. So I should be back at some point in the near future with the next of my reviews for upcoming arcs and releases. And in the meantime, I hope you're all good. I hope you're staying safe. Let me know if you enjoyed that video. Give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.